At this time, will you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, being led by Bedfield primary student, Miss Brooklyn Lassiter? Oh, AES, I'm sorry.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Lassiter. Moving on to 1.2, I entertain a motion for the consideration of minutes for our August 18th, 2025 regular scheduled meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Has been moving properly second. All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Motion carried. 1.3, I entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Mr. Chair, motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
Has been motioned and properly second. All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Moving down to engagement excellence, 2.1, introduction of newly hired employees, Ms. Freeman.
Good evening, Chair Hall, members of the board, Dr. Pratt. New employees, when I call your name, please stand. I will announce your name, your school, your position, and a fun fact about you.
Right.
Khadijah Ben, early college high school, ELA teacher. I enjoy singing. Ma'ara Carter, Riverview Elementary School, teacher assistant. I played college basketball at Trelawney University for 3 years. You can remain standing. Crystal Lee Descala, Riverview Elementary School. Riverview Elementary School teacher. I love traveling. One of my favorite things is trying local food wherever I go.
Yep.
Gabrielle Hoskins.
Take a breath. Slow down. Okay.
Riverview Elementary School, teacher assistant. I built a goldfish pond in front of my yard, and now I have over 20 goldfish in my pond.
Praise
Anaya Easton, Bearfield Primary School, teacher assistant. I love to be around nature. Megan Roberts, Bearfield Primary School, teacher assistant. I have always wanted to work in education since I was a little girl. Rex Pierce, bus driver, Hertford County High School, and he says he was a bus driver in the mid-70s. Wilhelmina Bradley, Hertford County Middle School, teacher. I strive to be successful in all that I do, and I treat others like I wish to be treated. Asia Taylor, Riverview Elementary School, teacher assistant. I enjoy being a mom and I love to cook. Shanta Blunt, Hertford County High School. I enjoy spending family time with my family. Anthony Fitchu, Hertford County High School. He's a teacher. I can sing and I am the coach for middle school track. Kamarin Johnson. She's AES teacher. I am very jovial individual. I love listening to music and I love porridge. Latoya Pierce, Riverview Elementary School teacher. Very jovial, always laughing. I love my cultural food and I am a food lover.
Yeah.
Patrona Lewis Smith, Hertford County High School, and she enjoys cooking. Andre James, Riverview Elementary School, a teacher. I am Jamaican. I can cook, but I cannot dance to save my life. Odelia Harvey, Hertford County Middle School, CTE teacher. I am a fun and easygoing person. I am also a pet person and enjoy going to the beach occasionally. Katie Ann Reynolds Douglas, Hertford County Middle School, art teacher. I enjoy long walks. The river and the beach are my happy places. Nashaya Holloman, Fairfield Primary School. She's a teacher. I enjoy baking and learning new dances. And she was one of my middle school students. I'm so proud of you. Davion Stewart, Riverview Elementary School, a teacher. I love acting and spending time with my friends. Jessica Daniel, Fairfield Primary School teacher. I enjoy doing art, specifically digital art and crochet. Taylor Askew, Fairfield Primary School teacher. I love to read in my free time. Courtney Alford, Fairfield Primary School teacher. I love doing art and craft and spending time with my family and my friends. Kanisha Florell, Hertford County Middle School teacher. I am a mother of 2 lovely boys who are autistic. I love to write and enjoy peace and nature. Deidre Miller, Hertford County Middle School teacher. I enjoy playing volleyball and doing fun things with my children. Sheena Salone, Hertford County High School EC teacher. I enjoy exploring new places, whether they are far away or just around the corner, but I like to keep it on a friendly budget. Charissa Monero, Hertford County Middle School. I'm the kind of math teacher who turned an algebra problem into a plot twist worthy of K-drama or Netflix, but I still managed to sneak a life lesson inside of my lesson. Let's give all of our new employees.
Mr. Deloach.
On behalf of Hertford County Board of Education, first of all, I want to say, I listened to these comments about the things you all like to do. And believe me, some of us do the same things. The gentleman back here from Jamaica, I can relate to you. I do everything except dance. Nobody here to see me dance. I can. So I appreciate what you all had to say. But on behalf of Hertford County Public Schools, we certainly want to thank you for joining our team. We feel like we have a good team here. We feel like you've joined a great place to be. It's a lot of teamwork here. We believe in working together. We hope that your stay will be a very pleasant one, a very long-lasting one. If there's anything that we can do, please don't hesitate to let us know. Talk to your principals, talk to your supervisors, talk to Dr. Pratt, talk to the Board of Education. If there's anything that we can do to make your stay here more pleasant and enjoyable, we certainly want to do that. Thank you again and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Deloach. I'm moving on to 2.2, student and staff recognitions, Ms. Freeman.
Good evening again, Chair Hall, members of the board, Dr. Pratt. Tonight, we are proud to recognize Rucka Nixon. Rucka, will you please come forward? Rucker is a junior at C.S. Brown STEM High School and the starting quarterback for our Mighty Bears. He has been Rucker has been selected to represent our region and to speak on behalf of athletes across the entire state of North Carolina. Rucker proudly serves on the Student Athlete Advisory Council, where he continues to step up as a true leader, both on and off the field. At this time, Rucker parents, will you please join him? Since Rucker has to travel to Chapel Hill for his meetings, on tonight, we are honored to present your family with gift cards donated by Alpha Security to help support you in your travels to these meetings. Board members, Dr. Watford, coaches, if you guys would please come up for a picture with Rucker and his family. Grandparents. Y'all stay right there for me. Let's get the grandparents. One, two, three. And another one. Another one. Let's give them a hand. Next, we are proud to recognize Mrs. Kenyatta Ward. Mrs. Ward. Mrs. Ward is a dedicated science teacher at Early College High School and the recipient of the association's 2025 District 1 Outstanding High School Science Teacher Award.
All right.
Mrs. Ward was selected by fellow North Carolina science education for distinction based on her outstanding scientific knowledge, effective instructions, commitment to professional growth, and significant contributions to science teaching and learning. Congratulations, Mrs. Ward, on this well-deserved honor. Let's give her a hand. Don't go nowhere, Mr. Ward.
Gotta get your picture. You gotta get your picture now. You can't leave.
At this time, board members, Dr. Glacier, if you all would come up for a picture. Let's give her a round of applause. We're now going to have Mr. Thomas Grimes, our Director of IT and Accountability, and he's going to come with a few staff recognitions.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good
I'll get there
morning.
eventually.
Good morning. You can tell us some keys. I responded.
All right. Hey, y'all. This evening, I have the great pleasure and honor of bringing before you 7 ladies who have worked and worked and worked and worked some more. To bring us Infinite Campus. And without some numbers, I don't know that I can do it justice. 35,000 is where we started. When we converted, we were at 8,000. That didn't happen by magic. We got 2,600 errors on our first pull. They're like, y'all got to fix this. Before we converted, there were 322. You might want to check this. So on top of that, several of these ladies had to learn Link. And they still had to do their everyday Power School stuff. So to say that these ladies have worked very hard is an understatement. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to recognize each of them. I do have a give bag over there, so I'm going to call y'all by name. Miss Linda Walden from CS Brown. Miss Amy Tan from Bearfield Primary School. Miss Tamisha Pitt from Hertford County High School. Miss Adriana Gallo from Hertford County Middle School. Miss Paula Burden from the Ahoskie Elementary School. Miss Judy Boone from Hertford County Early College High School. And our newest member of the team is Whitney Ballard from Riverview Elementary School. Hertford County Public Schools, the reason we have the great Infinite Campus stands before you. I'm just the messenger and the one that got to organize the whole show. However, these ladies are who you owe thanks to. Thank y'all. Board members, y'all have a photo?
Okay, all right.
Ms. Horton. I'm on.
I said, you again? No, I saw it.
Let's give them another hand.
That it, Ms. Freeman? Yes, it. That's it. All right, next I'm moving to 2.3, be the bar, Ms. Knight.
Good evening, Chair Hall, Vice Chair Hall, esteemed board members, and Dr. Pratt. Before we begin our Be the Bar presentation, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on our why. The mission of Hertford County Public Schools is to foster a safe and nurturing environment that serves all students and families through quality education, diversity, and innovative opportunities, ensuring that graduates are globally competitive and equipped for success. Our vision is simple yet powerful: to cultivate today's minds to impact tomorrow's leaders. We pursue this vision by holding true to our core values, being student-centered, upholding equity, practicing accountability, striving for excellence, and promoting collaboration. When students graduate from Hertford County Public Schools, they should leave as effective collaborators, communicators, and creators. They should also embody a learner's mindset and demonstrate strong critical thinking skills. Tonight, we celebrate our September certified and classified Be the Bar honorees. Each month this school year, our classified recognition will highlight a specific position. For September, we are recognizing teacher assistants and district staff support. In addition, we are grateful to several community partners who have joined us in honoring our employees. This month, Chick-fil-A on Main Street in Suffolk has generously donated a gift card for a free meal to each of our Be the Bar honorees. We will begin with our certified staff.
Oh,
Thought you about to say Main Street High School. Road trip.
When I call your name, when I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate and gift from Miss Horton, and then remain in the front. Once all honorees are recognized, I ask that both groups stay for a few moments so that our board members can personally express their heartfelt appreciation for your dedication and hard work. Certified staff honorees are from Bearfield Primary, Miss Brittany Lassiter, third grade teacher. From Ahoskie Elementary, Miss Angela Williams, media specialist. Miss Horton. If you'll go see me, there you go. From Riverview Elementary, Miss Regina Cooper, fourth grade, ELA and Social Studies. From Hertford County Middle School, Miss Jaleisha Askew, instructional coach. From Hertford County Early College, Miss Regina Hughes, 9th and 10th grade social studies. From Hertford County High School, Mr. Orrin Gatlin, history teacher. And from our district office, our Chief Public Information Officer, Ms. Tanya Freeman. I miss C.S. Brown. Oh, and I sat right here and looked at you. I did. I looked right at your face. From C.S. Brown High School STEM, Miss Daphne McCoy, CTE teacher. Sorry about that. Let's take a moment to congratulate our certified honorees for their outstanding contributions to our schools. Board members? Sorry about that. Now we turn our attention to our classified staff, September Be the Bar honorees. These are the dedicated individuals who provide essential support, ensuring that our students and schools thrive every single day. Classified honoree from Bearfield Primary, Miss Jenny Jenkins. From Ahoskie Elementary, Miss Tammy Mazzell. From Riverview Elementary, Miss Jackie Mitchell. From Hertford County High School, from Hertford County Middle School, Miss Jemiah Jones, R3 coach. From the early college, Miss Sandra Deloach. From C.S. Brown High School STEM, Miss Connie Harrell. From Hertford County High School, Miss Tony Hunter, Spark Lab Facilitator. And from our district office, Miss Leah Weaver, the Executive Assistant to the Superintendent and Board of Education. Please join me in recognizing all of our certified honorees for the invaluable role they play in supporting our staff and students in district. One more big round of applause for all of our September Be the Bar honorees. Thank you.
One moment. Yeah, oh, one moment. Okay.
Mr. Shields?
I know y'all want to leave and it. What we really want to do is tell y'all how proud we are of you and that you are the reason that this school district is moving in the direction it is. You are the reason that we as board members get to be proud of our school district. You are what is forming all our young people into being great citizens. And we can't thank you enough. And thanks for meeting the bar and beating the bar and being a bar. Thank you.
Also, to Mr. Nixon, Ms. Ward, and to our data coordinators, certainly you all definitely are deserving for the honor which you were recognized on tonight. We have heard the heavy lift about Infinite Campus. And I know y'all were frontline on it. And for that, we just want to say thank you. We appreciate all that you do. A lot of things that we know that you do that are unseen and unknown. But we do want you to know that we are thankful and grateful that you are a part of this great team here in Hertford County Public Schools. And on behalf of the board, we definitely appreciate all that you have done and continue to represent us well. At this time, you all do not have to leave. You'll feel free to stay if you want to. But however, if you need to leave, we'll take a brief recess so you can leave at this time. But if you wish to stay, you can stay.
Put it back in this program.
All right. Moving on to academic excellence, 3.1, 24-25 accountability and academic excellence update. Dr. LeGrand.
Good evening, Chair Hall, Vice Chair Hall, board members, Superintendent Pratt, friends and colleagues. It is my distinct pleasure this evening to present to you the 24-25 accountability results. We're going to begin with our mission statement. Hertford County Public Schools will foster a safe and nurturing environment that serves all students and families through quality education, diversity, and innovative opportunities, ensuring graduates are globally competitive and equipped for success. To do that, our vision is to cultivate today's minds to impact tomorrow's leaders. And when we think about our accountability report from a state, federal, and a local viewpoint, we want to make sure that we're working together in a spirit of excellence, keeping our focus on students, and that we're giving all students what they need. So this report will definitely highlight our work as we continue to do that this school year. This report is tonight is framed around school performance grades. We'll look at achievement versus growth as we give an update on our measures. Just want to remind everyone the difference between achievement and growth as we give an update on our state and federal accountability measures. Achievement looks at the measure of how students performs at one point in time, and it gives a result typically of a level 3 and above. Level 3 pretty much says that a student is demonstrating a sufficient understanding of grade level content and may need some support. A level 4 tells us that a student is demonstrating a thorough understanding of grade level standards and they're college and career ready. And a level 5 say they have a comprehensive understanding of grade level content and they're on track for career in college. And of course, not proficient, they're demonstrating an inconsistent understanding and they will need additional support when we look at our achievement levels descriptors. When we look at growth, we're looking at the measurement of academic progress students make between 2 points in time. And for most of our students, that's the academic school year. Of course, we know when we're looking at beginning of the year, mid-year assessments for our early learners for reading, that may be different points in time. Achievement is the current academic model that we're on, where 80% of that is looking at achievement. The other 20% is looking at growth, and we look at that from a growth index. And this is just an overview of the school performance grades. I won't read it aloud to you, but you'll see on the elementary middle grade size, it tells you the tests, the state tests that make up the elementary middle piece. Then it tells you the high school tests as well as the high school measures that do include additional measures such as math course rigor, ACT and work keys, and cohort graduation rates. Both measures include English learner progress and EVOS growth, which is the 80%. Then the 20%, of course, is the EVOS growth index. And we put those two measures together, that gives us an overall school performance grades, and that's where our school get their letter grades from. And of course, we apply the business rules on the side to give us our school letter grades. So that's the overview of our school performance grades for our schools. And now we're going to get to the highlights of our district performance. How are we doing? And we want to look at, because we do know that this is a journey for continuous improvement. So when we look at Hertford County Public Schools over time, how are we doing? We're doing fairly well when you look at it from a journey standpoint. For the past 3 years, we're holding at a 3% trend overall for improvement for grade level proficiency, looking at how many of our students are performing at grade level proficiency over a 3-year period of time. We're holding at 3% improvement, while other schools in the Northeast are holding at 2% improvement over time from baseline from where they're started. And you'll see the state over time is holding at 1%. So based off where we started 3 years ago in overall improvement, we're trending at about 3% upward. The Northeast overall districts around us, they're at 2%, and the state overall is at 1%. And if you want to go back further and look at us over 4 years ago, we're doing even better. We have 4 points. So from grade level proficiency over 4-year trend. One of our greatest highlights, if you look at this particular slide, you'll see is 3rd grade reading. And this is a little off, so you really have to move these up. So I read these numbers aloud. Is reading in grade 3. Our current proficiency rate for reading grade 3 this year is 38%. But when you look at where we began in 22-23 school year, we was actually at 21.2. So to start out at 21.2 for reading grade 3, knowing what grade 3 means as an outcome indicator and predict us future success for students beyond school, with regards to lifetime indicators, being at 38%. And going up to 17.2 plus is really good when the state for grade 3 reading is improving at that same time at +2. And the Northeast is actually trending down overall when you look at it as from a regional standpoint. So we're having positive gains there. And when you look overall for all of our reading grades, we've improved in 5 out of our 7 grade levels there. Grades 4 and 8 are our greatest opportunities for improvement as we look at reading, with little to no improvement in grade 7 when you look at our reading results overall for the journey that we've been on for the last 3 years for reading proficiency. And looking at our math proficiency, we've improved in 4 out of 7 over the past 3 years. We definitely have done well when you look at grade 3, 5, 6, and overall. We have great opportunities in grades 4, 7, and 8 in math. Science here, this is our baseline year. We did have a new science test this past year. Overall, when you look at science, the state dropped on average 10% across grade 5, 8, and in biology. We did about the same with regards to biology. We dropped approximately about 15 to 16%. Our largest drops were in about 22% grade 5 and grade 8. We are diligently looking at those drops with our principals. This past week, we had a state DPI consultant in to look at our curriculum, look at our instructional practice as we begin also to look at our assessments and our path forward there, to look at where we have been in science and where we've going. Historically, we have done very well in science. Science has been one of those tests that have had our schools carry over for our improvement in our letter grades. And as you can see, we did not do well with the transition to the new test, and we are very well aware of that. And we're definitely working on plans to improve where we're headed with regards to science proficiency as we adjust our instruction with the science and engineering practices to adjust to make sure that our instruction meets the rigor of the new assessments that the state has rolled out with regards to the new science test. In the course proficiency results, looking at our high school over the journey there, high school is doing exceptionally well. We've improved 3 out of 4 over the last 3 years. Once again, looking at that biology that dropped as a result of the state test. But I do want to highlight, even with the drop for the state test, we were at 44.1 for biology last year. The state was at 48.2 in North Carolina overall. So even with the drop, we were really close to where the state fared at overall with biology. Biology took a very hard hit across the state, but we had typically fared well in biology. So that's definitely still an opportunity for us there as we set ourselves up to rebound for biology this year. Looking at our English learner progress, our students who do well on WIDA access for measuring their English learner progress. We continue to trend upward in there with a strong English learner program. We are up 7.3%, 7.3 points above from where we were last year. You can see that trend continue to increase. So we're doing very well with our English learner progress measures. And as we look at our other high school indicators for our students in 12th grade or when they're in 11th grade, take the ACT and it's counted in the 12th grade measure that score is banked. Four-year cohort graduation rate continues to improve. As you can see, between last year, going from 81.5 to 86.8, we've increased a little over 5 points. Math course rigor, we didn't quite meet the 95% of students taking Math 3, but we're right there at the cusp with 94.6. So continue to work on that, making sure that our students are taking the Math 3 course before they graduate. Looking at ACT, had a significant gain there in ACT from one year to the next with 20 points gained there. From what we've looked at, our schools have a concerted effort on ACT prep, and all schools had great improvement from 24 to 25, and we're on track looking at that this year as schools continue to work to improve ACT. Lost a little gains with work keys between last year and this year. Look to rebound again this year as well. And looking at the combined ACT work keys, because the state will look at whether or not a student either met the ACT composite score of a 19 or got a silver or above on ACT work keys and give them a credit in the either or. And we had a 32.7, as you can definitely see in the either or measure. We were definitely up with 4.6 points there. And of course, we're going to move now for growth, looking overall, looking at where our schools stand with regards to growth. We are actually on par with the state. We're slightly higher when you look at it from a percentage standpoint, but overall, the number rounds up to 71% for both the state and for Hertford County Public Schools. When you look at the percentage of schools in the state that are meeting or exceeding growth, about 71% of the schools in the state are meeting or exceeding growth. And here in Hertford County Public Schools, 71% of our schools are meeting or exceeding growth. And you have the chart there to see which of our schools met or exceeded growth. And we talked earlier about the achievement being 80% in the growth and looking at the performance score equating to that 15-point scale to give a letter grade. This just shows where our schools are overall with our school performance grades here in the district. And of course, we want to look at our celebrations. Our schools that met or exceeded growth: the Hosky Elementary, Bearfield Primary, Riverview Elementary, C.S. Brown STEM High School, and Hertford County Early College. And of course, our schools with the highest letter grades of a B: C.S. Brown STEM High School and Hertford County Early College. So these are our highlights and celebrations from the 24-25 accountability data. And of course, we want to make sure that we focus on continuous improvement. So these are our schools that receive the low performing school status designation. These are schools that receive a school performance grade of a D. Some of these schools may have met growth, but they needed to actually exceed growth. And that's why we know the state is definitely looking at the accountability model now. What factors are contributing to our success? Overall, we know when you look at it from a research standpoint, leadership and engagement shifts are definitely contributing to our success here. We have great strategic plan, and you all have done a great job with our strategic plan, setting goals, monitoring, and communicating the urgency for improvement here. I mean, from the top down, everybody's talking about the urgency of improvement. It's a constant conversation everywhere you go. The support to the schools, the alignment from all the district departments, the monitoring that is happening with improvement, the advanced teaching roles that we have to support our instructional leaders in the classroom via the multi-classroom leaders, and target additional supports in high need areas, making sure that we're being very focused on the support that we give to the schools. But we also know that we got to do a little more. What are we going to do to move our schools forward to make sure that we have more of our schools exceeding growth and more of our schools earning higher letter grades if that school accountability model does not change, and to make sure that our students are learning at a high level? Well, we know that we got to make sure that we have teaching and learning shifts that match the leadership shifts and the strategic vision that we have. And to do that, we want to have strong standards-based instruction. So our focus this year will be looking at our core. We're going to really focus on our Tier 1 instruction and our curriculum. And we're going to be doing that by looking at research-based instructional strategies. We're going to be focused on co-teaching, the science of reading, the universal design for learning 3.0, and high-impact teaching strategies and high-impact tutoring within the classroom, as well as utilizing our data from our formative assessments and our benchmarks to inform our practices, and definitely focusing on our science and engineering practices as we begin to look at our science to make sure that we rebound from where we are in science. Our district-wide support and MTSS focus will help us in this work with our MTSS handbook. We have our MTSS teams in place, and our Tier 1 district support for schools will be differentiated, looking at Tier 2 with target support as well as Tier 3 with intensive. Each department has provided a menu of services for what that should look like to support schools. In addition to that, we want to make sure that our instructional rounds have a problem practice protocol this year. So we'll definitely be looking at that area to, it'll be based on evidence-based standards for vertical alignment and accountability areas. I also want to make sure that we remove barriers. So we have a standing agenda items on our senior team meetings and on our principal meetings where we are looking at academics, attendance, behavior, and climate, where we're formatively assessing the pulse on our schools, where they are in real-time data, working with principals to be responsive to what's happening in the schools and providing targeted support. With our walkthrough data, we're looking at our classroom walkthroughs from our four commitment areas, not just academics, but also from operational, from staffing, from engagement, because we want to make sure we're looking at the whole learning experience for our students as well as for our staff. Once again, make sure we remove any barriers that might impede student success in the learning environment. So we're engaging the entire senior team in all departments to make sure we're removing any barriers that might impede learning as well as accelerate learning. And Dr. Pratt has also supported with a tiered walkthrough schedule for weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, looking at that, once again, that tiered type of support for our schools based on what type of supports the schools may need, whether it's going to be tier 2 for intensive or tier 2 for targeted, tier 3 for intensive support as well. And we definitely can't do this work by ourselves. We need partnerships. So for partnerships, we've been working very closely with DPI, our partners in the Northeast for professional learning. And recently we embarked on a partnership with Modern Classroom Project to look at modern classroom practice, which is a way to have high levels of engagement at our secondary level, to make sure that our teachers have the training they need, as well as support our instructional leaders for implementation with fidelity. And we know that there are 5 essentials for effective schools. And the model schools tells us that if we implement 3 of 5 of these essentials here, that we will have effective schools for continuous improvement. And right now, we've outlined all 5 of these are in our continuous improvement plan. For when we look at our department improvement plan, the work we're going to support with our school improvement plan. So if we implement 3 of the 5, we're 10 times more likely to improve outcomes for students. And right now, we have all 5 present. When you think about effective leaders from our district and continuous improvement plan and our school improvement plan, our collaborative teachers, when you think about the work we're going to be doing with our PLCs, involved families, when the work we're doing with FACE and our work we're doing with FACE and working with our chief public information officer, our supportive environments for removing barriers by focusing on academics, attendance, behavior, and climate, as well as ambitious instruction, going back to that tier 1 core, making sure that we have alignment and that we're inspecting what we expect with regards to ambitious instructions. So those are our next steps to continue the focus on our students, collaborations, excellence, and accountability. Thank you.
Board members, any questions or comments at this time?
My only comment is this is a rosy presentation, but our scores are terrible. And we've made some improvement, but we're on a yo-yo again. We're back down to low performing. And we've been doing this for a long time. And I don't know, maybe I'm too critical, but I just, I question our strategy. Maybe I don't know, because I'm not an educator. I run a restaurant, so I don't, and so I might not be a lot of help. But I know when I got a problem, if we don't attack the problem, then it's going to continue to get worse. And we had a great year last year. I mean, we got out of low performing but we're right back down in it, and it's a little frustrating. And I hope this works. I really do, because it's important. It's important for Hertford County Public Schools to be the leader in the area in the Northeast, and not to follow. We don't, anyway. I've probably said enough.
Received.
One thing that I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, and that was with the science scores. And I can remember back in the day that when tests changed, Mr. Dudley, I'm sure you're the one. And when tests changed, such as science, I can remember it used to be math or whatever.
Always.
That change, when you work your schools hard, we come up to a certain level. Then we're given another type test, or it changes. And for that year, it'll drop back again. Then our schools and administrators began working to get back to where you were before, sort of like a yo-yo effect. You know, you get it up, it changes, and we come back down again. Am I correct? This is not all, but it's one thing that I noticed that happened this year. And it does happen, when those tests change. Do you, am I on the right track, administrators?
Yes.
Um,
That's,
I've been there, so I know.
yeah, and we would agree with you. The science scores, almost half of the kids, we lost half of our kids that weren't proficient. But, you know, they'll tell us not to compare those, from the previous test.
Yeah, I know.
But it is a new test, it's a new approach that we have to adjust, and hopefully our scores will go back up. We did not have as good of a year as we had the previous year. We can all acknowledge that. And I think when we started talking about this in July, we recognized that. And we're trying to put things in place to make sure that we are performing at a consistent level from year to year. In order to do that, we got to push our staff a little harder, unfortunately, to do a little bit more. I worked with Superintendent Moore Green. He always used to tell us we got to do more with less. We're not giving any more. We don't use all our resources that we got. We're going to have to do more with less. And I think Dr. LeGrand hit on something about partnerships and developing partnerships, getting community involved, getting people involved to help us do these wraparound services that we need for our kids as well. And so we did take a step back, but I think everyone in this room is committed to work hard and get us back where we need to be and prevent the backwards decline in our proficiencies as we move forward. I think this year caught us all off guard. When we first got the scores, we were all kind of shocked around the scores since we had such a great year. But I can tell you, teachers are working hard. Administrators are working hard. I don't think a teacher in this district is not feeling the effect about where we need to go as a district and what we need to do. And the calls out there, we have to do something different in order to make this happen for our kids. And so our educators are struggling with that factor as we go through. I wish some of that sense of urgency will trickle down to the kids and trickle down to our families as well. But we'll get there, and they'll understand the importance that kids reading the way they need to read by the time they get to third grade. And we make great progress. When we look at our early literacy numbers, we're making great progress. Dr. LeGrand hit on something at our high school. Our high school proficiencies outperforming the state in many of the areas. Math 1, we're higher than the state. English 2, I believe we're also higher than the state. So we have some bright spots where we're doing very well in our performance. We just had a little hiccup this year that we're going to get back on the right track to move our district forward.
Mr. Love.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. You know, I was sitting there thinking and I didn't know what to say, but a lot of thoughts were running through my mind. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. I certainly agree with all three comments that have been made. And I'm saying to myself, we've made some good growth in some areas. You're exactly right about that. But in the overall picture, it looks like we're still struggling to get where we need to get to. And I ask myself, why? What is it we're not doing? And I don't know the answer to this, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this right now. And I've been here since 1976. And I remember scores were a whole lot better, but we weren't tested like we are today. What is it? And the two things or three things that came to my mind, Dr. Pratt, that you touched on, is something, you know, and we used to hear this comment, our kids are no different than anybody else. Well, you can take both sides of that coin now. You can take both sides of it, and they're not any different. They learn all that. But there's something they need more than some other kids. What is it they need that we're not doing or providing to help? And I'm thinking of what you said. I'm thinking home factors. I'm thinking motivation, interest. You know, our kids come to us and they appear to be, some of them, not as interested as they should be. Not taking it as seriously as they should. What can we do about that? I don't know the answer. I don't know, but it goes back to what you just said right then. We've got to do something towards that to get them where they need to be, where they can put their part in a little bit more. Because I think that's what we need to tap into. And how to do it, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I don't want you to think I'm not grateful. I am grateful, but there is room for improvement. We've made some growth in some areas. And I'm not taking anything away from any teacher, from you or anybody. But we need to continue to build on it somehow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ledge. Board members, any other comments or questions? Vice Chair.
It means anyone, anybody. I was in the classroom before the 3 kids every day. So I know I know what it's like. And I know this profession that we're in is not easy. And you heard me say it, and I will continue to say it. We have to develop a new box. We are still working out of the box
Some of the same
that we
things.
had. That information that you gave, Dr. Brent, that's excellent. Very colorful. But you know, figures don't tell it all. And when I first got it, I let you know about my concern.
He did.
That it just didn't seem appropriate for us. And I don't know what the answer is. But I know that what we're doing is not working. There's no doubt about that. It's not working overall. And those wraparound services that you talked about, that's something that's missing, Mr. DeLuce, here in our county. Those services, those issues dealing with mental health, those issues dealing with absenteeism. If I see one more person on that screen, I can't hear them, so I got to say see. Nothing wrong with it.
That's right.
Nothing at all wrong with it. When you want to deal with the issue, you got to highlight it. I recognize that. But I want to see more than that. And yes, I do watch Hertford County, Channel 19. I watch the kids. I can't hear them, but I can see it. And I commend you and your staff for reaching out like that. But I sit here and I say to myself, like, Mr. Deloach, and I think, you know, and when you talk about the state, and when you talk about the region, when you talk about, I don't care nothing about that. I care about Hertford County. This is my home too. And I know it's always good to compare ourselves with others. And, you know, okay, you know, I'm gonna go back a minute. Figures don't tell the true story. That's right. And someone can help me with this. Is comprehension a problem here for the public schools?
It is.
Sure.
Has been.
Always has.
Always. That's where our problem, the majority of our problem reside at. It's in that comprehension level with our kids. Calling words but not putting meaning to them. They don't know what the word is.
That's right.
And for some reason, no one has stopped to say, now let me make sure you understand what this passage is saying. And I don't know, you know, like I said, gonna get to that 15 minutes that we added.
That's right.
Instructional time.
Yes, I'm a late kid here. I know it, but you don't want me to get no earlier, believe me. But let me get to that.
Yeah.
I hope that 15 minutes that we added last year of instruction, I'm told, not sitting back, packing books up, and now I heard it was going to be 15 additional minutes instruction, which gives 70 minutes. It's somewhere in there. A week. Multiply that time.
176 days.
Okay. My question is it working? Is it having an effect? Are we really working those extra 15 minutes with? And I often say this my fellow board members, and it's just, we know who these kids are, who need this. Their test scores come, they tell us. I don't understand how we can't go down there and pull John out of that class and say, come here. The communication. And you know, it's not the message, it's how the message is delivered to John. And I'm going preaching to the choir, but look, let me tell you something. When this hits my desk next week in Raleigh, I know somebody's gonna be looking out for.
Yeah.
But see, I can't say with the same thing happening up here. They don't care about that. You know, Wendell, what's going on? After the fact, before the fact, I want to know what's going on. One way I can find out continuously what's going on is when we invite principals to come in here and share with the board. Tell me exactly what you're doing and what you need to get the job done. We used to do that. I don't understand why that's so hard for us to do right now. You know, I'm not here to bash anybody, but I'm here to find out what is this box that we failed to put a nail in? Because we're still thinking outside the traditional box. I don't care what nobody says. That data I saw tonight and I saw last week. And by the way, I had 4 points. You hit them up there tonight. See, I can't put all that stuff together. I'm gonna try to put all a little bit of blocks up there. That match here to find this and match there. I'm old school. Just give it to me. And then I can deal with it. I appreciate you said, just like you told me about tears. You know, which I'm gonna ask about now. This is what DPI sent us to do. Is this it? Is this what they're gonna do?
No, that's not.
What is this?
That's not DPI. That's us as a group, as a senior team. We reviewed the data, and that's how we're going to support schools. And so everyone has a responsibility in that. So Dr. LeGrand and I, when we go out, we're looking at curriculum instruction and we're coaching principal. When PIO goes out, she's looking at good media to put out about those schools weekly. When Mr. Dudley goes out, he's looking at facilities and making sure the facilities up to standard. When HR goes, they're talking to teacher about licensures. They're making sure the licensures is there. They meet the needs of the teachers. So this is kind of the wraparound. Finance, when they go, they're working with the financial secretaries and making sure they're spending the money right. And so that's that wraparound support from district office that we want to provide them. So if they need something, they got someone in their building every week to kind of have those conversations around what the needs are. And a perfect example, Mr. Dudley went out and I think the middle school and the high school said they need radios. Now, we didn't budget for that, but Mr. Dudley came back and said, we'll give you radios so you can communicate with one another in the building effectively to make sure that you're having a safe environment at the middle school.
Well, thank you so much for explaining. And I heard you said something about tier when you and I thought about it. They use the same language DPI talking about.
Yeah.
But this is not DPI.
No.
Now, that's my question then.
Mhm.
And I need to run out here and make a call to DPI and tell them forget about that message out there. The message I left you, please disregard.
Right.
Because I gave a little about this.
Yeah.
And if I thought it was coming from them.
No.
But here's my question then.
Mhm.
Now that we are on that infamous list again,
Mhm.
there are 18 of us, I think.
Right.
15 of us. That's on. Have you heard anything from DPI concerning the help that they're going to provide Hertford County in order to assist us in building a new box so that we won't keep going over this each and every other year in a year? Have you heard anything from DPI?
I think Dr. LeGrand attended a meeting with them in, was it Wilmington?
Wilmington.
DPI?
I haven't yet, DPI. We haven't had our official meeting. I think our meeting is Wednesday of this week. with DPI superintendents, but the academic officers met in Wilmington. And they did give some suggestions and some recommendations of how they're going to work for low performing schools as well. We also had a webinar, of course, on the low performing school, and then we have another one coming up with CSI and TSI schools as well. But they did mention some level of supports that they will be rolling out for us over the next couple of months after the state board approves it officially.
Before I'm concerned about that side of it, it's not like we're out here on the island, I would say.
No, we don't feel like that at all.
I feel like.
Yeah.
That sometimes I feel like we're out here, doing all that we can do and not having that extra little bit of assistance to push us over that.
And I think
I'm proud of the fact that I'm a citizen of Hertford County, and I've been here all my life. I graduated from school here. And yes, children are different. Teachers are different. How we deliver the curriculum is different. Now, we are having a concern tonight, I heard it, about the science schools. What have you heard about the new math curriculum that's being revised? Have you heard about it?
yes, we've heard of bits.
If we think it's only gonna be science, the little bit we know about the math curriculum, it's entirely different on delivering. I always thought 1 + 1 is 2.
It still is.
I
know. Not sure anymore.
I mean, I was telling around the room a few minutes ago, there are 7 schools represented in here. And I was counting my fingers, I said, well, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. I hope it doesn't change, but that new curriculum, I understand, is being looked at, revised. Will bring a whole different, if you think we're concerned about our science schools, and I'm repeating myself.
Yeah.
Then that curriculum is gonna hit.
It
Well,
is.
the initial stages of it,
It will.
it's gonna make a big difference.
And math 3 being a high score for us will affect our outcomes.
Absolutely, you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So don't be ringing the bell and saying that, wait till that hit. It's a whole different venue. And I am concerned and hope that we do. We can't wait until, you said it's about 2 or 3 months. We can't wait till the first year to start.
No.
Have an impact on what we're trying to do.
No.
We can't wait that long. And DPI, and I will say it too.
Yeah.
We need to turn this thing around. And of course, the state superintendent will be here Thursday,
Right.
He'll be here Thursday. And he will talk about his 8 pillars and his strategic planning. And these are the things that we get chance to do, to ask. What can we get help for this new box that we're thinking about?
That's right.
And that's where I am. But it's heartbreaking
It
to
is.
know that people work as hard as they do and really get no credit for it. I'm gonna get another example. Okay, our BTs, beginning
Yes.
teachers. Our BTs, beginning teachers, and our senior teachers who have shown the ability to move a group of kids proficiency from here to here. Do we do any partnering with them in the school? Not the answer right now. Is that not a way to bring some of our teachers together and say, look, you're a new teacher, let me help you. Let me show you how this might affect the majority and presenting comprehension skills.
That's right.
I don't know if we do enough of that. Maybe we have to find some way to compensate them to do that. I don't know. But I would like for somebody with experience to tell me how to do something. Then somebody ain't been in the classroom for 10 minutes
That's right.
or just showed up, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yes.
I have thought about that.
Mhm.
Before I got sidetracked with some dental work and some other issues this body is dealing with right now. I visited a couple of principals. One of them, you interrupted me from getting some information that I needed. I was at the school and you don't give him one of the walkie talkies. He don't need a walkie talkie. And you were there And we looked at something else, and of course, we called down saying, they want the principal to come, and I think, you go get on. So.
Mhm.
But we were in the midst of, tell me, what it is that you do on a consistent, regular basis
Mhm.
to improve the structure in the two schools.
Mhm.
And she was sharing with me.
Mhm.
It was a big one. Then you got up there and come on, the lady came in there and said that, and the superintendent said, come up here. That the heat on, the water, something, I was what it was. But I won't hear from her.
Yeah.
You know, and this particular person was saying to me, I'm in the classroom
Mhm.
at least, in some classes, 2 or 3 times a day.
Mhm.
Some other classes, maybe not.
Right.
But I do have certain people I can depend on to go in and work with teacher A or teacher B,
Mhm.
maybe only for 20 or 30. Man, that sounds like something to me that might work.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not happening.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think we need to let people do what they're trained to do when it's time to do it.
Mhm.
And, we all have to be held accountable.
Mhm.
In 2 more years, I'll be held accountable. For things. So that's where I'm coming from. And no, I'm not completely scored at all. Because I knew we could do better. We have that now. But then we're only gonna do it if we all understand that we're all in this boat now together.
That's right.
And we're either gonna sink or we're gonna float. And I'm not for sinking because I can't swim. And I did it right now.
That's right.
But whatever I can do as a board member, I want to, and by the way, I don't want people to feel, anybody to feel like they can't talk to me. Somebody, well, you can't talk to a board member. Then what are you talking about? You didn't tell them not to vote for them.
Right.
So now you can't talk to them. Or they get all leery and I can tell, cause I've been there.
Mhm.
I can tell how they get real nervous when you ask certain questions. And then they start giving me that textbook answer. I know right then, this ain't well. But I don't want a textbook answer.
Mhm.
I know they know what to do. Let's do it. And I'm gonna leave it again, Chair Hall. Dr. Pratt. Got to design a new laws. They are not gonna change that, not this year anyway. They come out, did they come in today? Wednesday. The General Assembly, I'm sure, I think it's today or tomorrow.
Yeah, sometime this week.
Yeah, sometime this week they
Mhm.
return. Believe me, they're not gonna change that, ABCD rate.
Right.
Okay.
They're not gonna do it.
They're also not gonna pass a budget.
So we might as well understand that. They're not gonna do it right now.
Okay.
That's what we got to deal with. And I was gonna ask you, Dr. Pratt,
Mhm.
about that growth, and I saw it in there. How many of our schools over the last 3 years? Now, when you said something about 3% over the last 3 years, statewide growth or whatever. Well, that ain't but 1% a year. It's better than 0%.
That's right.
It's better than that.
Better than 2 and 1.
You got me on that, man.
Or -2.
You got me on that. We know that 80-20 is not fair.
Right.
They won't even move to 50-50. There are some who actually believe that. But there are other schools, take my word for it, that were designed and paid for because they are schools of innovation, and they're gonna do this and that. For worse schools than these.
Mhm.
I will use the word worse.
Yeah.
Than what we see. So it all depends on where their attention is. And right now, I've got it on public education. As we know it needed to be. And I'll shut up now, but I won't know about that growth. It used to be shared with me. And that other thing about that those 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna stick on that now.
Yeah,
Go on those
we
15
talk
minutes.
about those minutes on a regular.
Okay. But you out there looking at those minutes.
We're looking at them. Down to bus arrivals, dismissals, and how we proceed with dismissal. We had that conversation this summer as well.
Well, wraparound services, comprehension, time on task. All of this, I mean, focus staff development right there at school. Them schools can tell you exactly what they need. They don't need to go to no big meeting and have 30 or 40 people sitting in there.
That's right.
Because the needs at Riverview people might be a little bit different than a Hoskin Elementary. Or
That's
something like that. And I'll shut up now, but
Great points. We talked
I
about.
came loaded. I tell you right now, I even bought my pad with.
Yeah.
To ask these questions, not to defame or destroy anybody. It's to help me understand. What it is the state board need to be doing that we're not doing. And I'm concerned about not waiting so late to provide services to these low performing school districts. And you know, 5 kids can change up.
That's right.
5 kids who didn't attend,
You're right.
but they came to school and took that test. And the days they missed, there were 5 questions on that test about that information.
That's right.
That's all it takes.
That's right.
I shut up. Thank you, Chair. I guarantee you ain't gonna say no more tonight. I had to get that off of my chest. We need a new office. And anytime you put that up there for me to look at, if it ain't new boss, I don't need to see it. Cause we done been there. Yeah, we done been. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank
I'll
you.
shut up so you can talk about it, but see, I do, you've been waiting for me to shut up.
Well,
There.
no, I haven't, because you have a lot of great points. But my point is this, we don't have to go to Timbuktu to figure out how to teach. There are districts around us that will be, when I have a problem in the restaurant and I can't solve the problem, I call somebody that's doing the same thing I'm doing and say, can you help me with that? Or do you know how to fix that? Why can't we do, there's districts around us that have done better than we have. And you know what? People love to tell you what they know how to do. And they don't charge you nothing. They'll think they're at confession at the Catholic Church. I mean, because people love to tell you what they know how to do. We don't have to take all the advantage, all the advice. But I mean, if I was a superintendent or I was a assistant superintendent and I knew a school district that, whether it's where you're from or whatever, that was doing, call them and ask them. They'll help you. They're more than willing to help you. Is it perfect? Will it fit in Hertford County? I don't know. But anyway, that's what I do. And it's solved more than one problem for me. I guess when I got a certain age, I stopped worrying about what people think I don't know. I'm more worried about what the effects will be, you know. So anyway, that's Mr. Hall. That's my last point.
No, board member Shields and Vice Chair Hall, I think you're both on to something. And I apologize. I did a horrible job of explaining that on the partnership slide as well as when I talked about instructional rounds. But when we talk about partnerships, we're definitely not going at this without just our internal knowledge and skill set. When we talk about reaching out to the Department of Public Instruction and looking in with our partners with inside the Northeast, and we got our K-2 teachers inside of a math professional learning network. So we're definitely making sure that we're reaching out to others. We're inviting our colleagues from across the state who have high growth and high proficiency in certain tested areas to participate in our district-wide professional learning days. So we're doing that collaboration externally as well. And back to Vice Chair Hall's point about the science of reading, when we look at phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension, when we talk about our instructional rounds process, been a problem of practice protocol being district-led this year versus last year when it was principal-led, and they gave us a problem of practice in their building. We'll allow them to do that this year with their focus team, but district, we're actually being more targeted and focused from our focus, and we're looking at the science of reading in our elementary schools, and we're looking at those 5 areas of science of reading. And we're actually going and looking at those 5 areas, and we'll be responsive to that. So when we see that there's issues with one of those 5 areas, that's what we'll be responsive to. And one of the ways we're gonna do that is looking at the evidence-based program for high-impact tutoring, and that was one of the research-based strategies that we're looking at. And Ms. Pate has done a phenomenal job rolling out our high-impact tutoring program this year, which is a little different from our tutoring program last year. So it may not be a totally new box, but it's definitely a upgraded box when you look at tutoring that's gonna be 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day with 3 students or less to make sure that you get an increased benefit from students. So that's what we'll be looking at when we do determine which deficiency students have, to make sure that everything that we do is gonna be evidence-based to maximize impact. So I apologize if I sped through some of that or I just didn't give a good picture of that.
I won't say anything. But you just said something that makes total sense. The validity of it. That's a common thing of 3 to 1 in tutoring. That's not. That's what
Who
I
will
want
be
to hear.
doing
That's
that?
what I want to hear. Yeah, that's what I want.
How will that work? I understand it's 3 to 1, but when would you pull them out? How, how long? How does it work?
It can be done with teachers, TAs, or hired tutors, and principals have the liberty to determine what their plans will look like during the school day, before school, or after school. So we're actually working with principals now to determine what their tutoring plans will look like. But we rolled it out at the principals meeting on last week, the actual tutor model. And like I said, I apologize that I did not unpack that on the previous slides.
Good idea. Volleyball. That 15 minutes we that's hidden out there.
Yes, I'm sure they'll use some of that 15 minutes.
Sure. I just said they would. About to use it now.
I'm sure they are, but I'm sure. Yeah.
And don't take it personal, man.
Oh, no. That's why I said.
I see it. See it.
I did not. Like I said, I'm the communicator and I spoke about it, and so it was a missed opportunity. So thank you for allowing me to circle back, Board Member Shields.
All right.
I got to say what I got to say.
That's great. Any other comments or questions, board members, at this time for Dr. LeGrand? Hearing none. Thank you, Dr. LeGrand.
Thank you all. Have a great evening.
3.3 contract with Educentric, Dr. Pratt.
Yes, this, before the board for your review is a contract for Educentric. Is a company that help us with breakthrough practices in our schools. We want to partner this school year with Hertford County High School and also Hertford County Middle School, for them to help us raise the academic achievement and social outcomes for our students. And so what the sessions will allow them to do is determine where they want to be within 1 or 2 years, depending on their year and their contract. One of the things at the high school that we're working towards, the high school is very close to being a C school, and moving that school to a C school and also meeting or exceeding growth. And then the middle school is working with Educentric to work with us to get that school in 2 years to a C school as well. It's currently an F, hopefully by the end of this school year, D, and then the following year, C. And so this contract will help, this partnership will help us improve those academic and social outcomes.
Board members, any comments or questions at this time?
We had this last year.
We did. We worked with the high school.
What's the cost of it?
For the high school is $30,000, and then for the middle school is $45,000. A total of $75,000. And they also guarantee their work. And so if we don't get the outcomes that they get, we're expecting, then they will give us additional time services free of charge for not meeting those goals that we have established for those schools.
How did the program do last year?
It did well. We can have Mr. Dudley to talk about that, but it was coaching sections with Mr. Dudley and the team as well. I can tell you that, the feedback that I got from the organizations, just mindsets at the high school that probably need to be transformed, and being able to understand our students and meeting our students where they are in order to get the outcomes that we need to be successful. That's That's all right. That's all right. Mr. Daly, did you want to share something about your partnership with EduCentric
Oh,
last year?
oh.
And at the mic, please.
Sure. Well, you didn't think you was gonna get away from it.
Oh, I know it's coming. Yes, we truly enjoyed, EduCentric at the high school, and the high school had plenty of areas of concern. And with EduCentric, it allowed us to have actually, a concentrated focus. And so the first focus was mastery of teaching. And so, with the mastery of teaching, we were able to kind of like focus a lot of our efforts on teacher walkthroughs, paying attention specifically to gradual release. And so it kind of like helped us hone in on that because we were focusing in on discipline, attendance, and so we were kind of addressing all of those at one time, but it was kind of like helping us prioritize the order of which we should actually address that. So for us, we did, as he alluded to, we were actually at the high school last year. We finished roughly 3 points short of actually being a C, but it did help us tremendously do a lot of growth and focus at the high school from last year.
And we send,
Kids, with 10 kids, they got those 3 points.
that's all right.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah. They do. Thank you, Mr. Daly.
Any other comments or questions at this time, board members, concerning the contract as presented?
Where do the funds come from?
These funds are paid out of PRC 109. I think that is Targeted Assist Schools. I can't remember that PRC number. They're state dollars, I believe, state or federal. 109. Federal dollars for, you know, oh, it's rural, low economic rural districts or something like that, 109. Rural district, then it's federal dollars from DPI that we get to support those particular schools that need that additional attention.
If there are no more questions or comments, board members, I entertain a motion to approve the contract with EduCentric as presented by administration.
So motion, Mr. Chair.
Has been motioned. I have a proper second. Has been motioned. Do I have a proper second?
Oh, I thought you had some-
No, I motion. I did
oh, you
motion.
motion. Oh, something.
Has been a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Motion carried. Thank you, Dr. Pratt. Moving down to 4.1, fall policy update, special update. Dr. Pratt.
Before the board this evening are policies for our summer special update that we're requesting to put out for 30 days for public comment to bring back to the board in October.
Okay. And this is just for
A
information.
motion to put it out for 30 days for comment.
All right.
Mhm.
Board members, any comments or questions consider for the policy revisions for the special update? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to put these policies out for 30 days for review.
Make a motion to place the fall policy updates out for review.
Has been motioned. Do I have a proper second?
Second motion. Go ahead.
Has been second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to operational excellence, 5.1, revised SRO contract, Mr. Dudley.
Board Chair Hall, Vice Chair Hall, board members, Dr. Pratt, good evening. You have in your packet, I'm seeking approval for an addendum, a revision to the SRO contract. The Hosky Police Department, as well as the Murfreesboro Police Department, would like to add those to our SRO program.
Board members, any comments or questions concerning the revised addendum for the SRO contract?
Are the costs involved?
Are there any additional costs involved?
No, everything will still operate within the same budget. We're basically seeking their assistance The sheriff department is still going to pretty much preside as the lead of that. But as they are assigning deputies to the schools on those designated days, they run short on some days. And so Hosky PD as well as Murfreesboro PD will kind of help fill in those gaps. So it's the same budget. We just need additional bodies.
So it's gonna be paid out of the $175,000 or whatever this thing says it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other comments or questions, board members? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to approve the revised SRO contract as presented.
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, if I'm in order, to approve the revised SRO officers, contract as presented by the administration.
Has been motion and properly second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. 5.2, Hertford County High School and Hertford County Middle School Digital Marquee, Mr. Dudley.
Once again, good evening. Board Chair Hall, Vice Chair Hall, board members, Dr. Pratt. I'm asking for approval as well. You have in the packet information pertaining to a marquee for both the high school as well as the middle school. They're size 8x10. Cellular data access, so we can program the marquees from, I can be in Beirut and we can do that. It's colorized. The LED panel is a 3x8. We will have lifetime warranty on services. There's no charge to the cellular use. It's through Verizon, but there's a cradle card embedded inside of the panel. The brick composite, it will be configured based on the color of both the high school as well as the middle school. So it'll be framed out in that regards. And just to give you an idea about the LED panel, it's a 3x8 by size, and what's currently existing at AES is a 2x9. So you know it's slightly larger, the LED panel in that regards. So we budgeted for one, but the deal is awesome, and so we had an opportunity to actually do both the middle school and the high school. So I'm seeking approval for both.
Board members, any comments or questions at this time?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Lutz?
Ah,
Mr. Dudley,
yes, sir.
I looked at these prices. Lord have mercy. I just can't believe that they're charging that much for a panel. Did you get other quotes from other companies? And how do they rank?
Yes, sir. So for the size, which is pretty much the 10x12, they fluctuated between 60 and 70,000 dollars for that size. Now we could get smaller LED panels. Just to give you an idea, this company right here is the same company that did panels in Pitt County, but more closely to us, Bertie County at their central office. That's pretty much about a 4x6, and that is roughly around 36,000, something in that price range. So the price is contingent upon the size.
Right. So our size, we're looking at 10x12.
Yes, sir.
That's big.
Slightly
And
smaller than
big,
AES.
Big now, and I'm being big, but big cost you. That's a lot of money for two panels. I'm just saying it's ridiculously high to me. And if we can afford that, well and good, but that's a lot of money. I would rather, what would it be for 8x10 or 6x10? I don't know.
The 8x10, because we did price that initially, was about $50,000, about $6,000 less.
So $6,000 more. You're talking about 10 by 12.
Yes, sir.
10 by 12 is big, y'all. That's big as a room in some houses. Y'all know that. Anyway, I'm finished. I just want to say that.
It's fine.
It's whatever the board wants to do, but that's a lot of money.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chair?
I'm in total agreement with Mr. Deloach on this price. I let it fell out when I saw it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. But then understanding, and I was, oh, by the way, I was one of them. Yes, I was the person that brought it up. Superintendent, I see you looking at me. Even last year, I asked about it. And this has nothing to do with you following through.
Right.
With and but I got to say, that after I saw that price, that I came tonight, when we got to this item, to ask the board, based upon the information that Dennis has already spoken of, the cost factor. I think that $100,000 could go somewhere else,
I agree.
in a better way.
Thank you.
Tutoring. And if the board agrees with my motion is gonna be, that we table this until a later date. Cause I just don't see us spending $100,000, but I do see us spending $100,000 that would, now I know that money comes out of what?
Capital.
Capital.
Capital outlay.
Yes.
Well, we can change some things around. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For principals to maybe hire some more tutors. Or something that will have a direct impact in the classroom.
Open some more boxes, right?
You
You
know,
know, more about. This board I tell you, girl, you right on time. Over,
That's
I'm saying,
Yes.
yeah, and that's my motion. Maybe you want to make the motion. Well, I second.
I certainly agree with you. I mean, that's $112,000 for two signs. I'm not saying the schools don't need them. I'm not saying that at all, but that's a lot of money for just two signs, you all.
Yeah.
And that money right now can certainly serve in other places where there's a greater need.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to do that myself.
Okay.
So
We don't need them.
you make a motion to table it? And I'll second.
We'll
table it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bring it back to me till you bring it back.
Appreciate what you did. We appreciate what you did.
Hey, so and look, I'm fine with that. Trust me that. I do want to say this part right here though. We budgeted 140, so we were still saving 28,000 for the marquee. So I would still let you know we were able to get two for the price of one that was budgeted for. So do know that we did stay within the confinements left on.
So
But I have no problem with that.
140 for one?
Yeah.
It was budgeted for $140,000 for one.
It was time to go home.
hey, I don't, I think must have been big as a.
feet.
Let's go say.
Okay.
We could charge to have movies on this hall.
Yeah.
Well,
It was driving
If you go by and see them 30, 40 nothing scores, football team put up, it's good to see it, but we're reading in a hurry.
At that price.
Uh,
Harold's a lot cheaper.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley.
You're welcome.
All right.
No.
5.3, 2025 North Carolina School Board Association voting delegates. Board members that we did this last year around this time, around the time for our state conference in Greensboro with the North Carolina School Board Association. So at this time again, it's time for us to select our 4 primary voting delegates and 1 alternate voting delegate. Just to give you some parameters, the meeting for the delegates is on Wednesday, November the 12th of 2025, and that's in person at our state conference. Last year, what we sent in, myself, Ms. Porter, Mr. Loach, and Mr. Shields were primary delegates, and Mr. Hall, you were an alternate. So I'm asking the board, does anyone want to volunteer to be the alternate? I think everyone is attending the conference. But this meeting is on Wednesday, November the 12th, so I'm asking the
I'm
pleasure
not
of the board.
sure I'll be there Wednesday.
Okay.
All day Wednesday,
Okay, are you fine with me putting you down as an alternate?
yes.
Okay, and other
And
board
if I
members?
have to be there, I will be. I mean, I'm not saying if
Okay.
I'm, I'll tell my fellow board members, if I need to be there, I'll be there. I'll be the alternate, but
Okay, and so I'll put myself, Vice Chair Hall, Ms. Porter, Mr. Loach as primary, and Mr. Shields, I'll make you the alternate.
thank you.
All right. All right, moving right along, 5.4, contract with school operations specialist, Dr. Pratt.
Yes, good evening. This is for board approval, the contract with school operations specialists to assist us with our financial, to assist us with our assist us with financial operations within the district. As we know, we're still seeking a CFO for the position. Laura Meredith is stepping in and filling in the gap, but we also need some additional support from this organization, and they have supported us the last 3 years since I've been in the district, and has done a wonderful job in keeping us current and keeping us compliant and keeping us under the radar with everyone.
Okay. Board members, any comments or questions at this time?
I do have a comment, but it's not about this. I just want to make sure Ms. Merritt's been compensated because she's doing what Cindy was doing, I think, kind of. I don't know that for sure, but somebody back there is doing what Cindy was doing. So if it's more than just Laurie, then we need to make sure that I think we're compensating whoever's doing the
I
work.
think we're doing it that way.
This company hires her.
Yeah, yeah.
Or is she on?
It's a closed session item. We can talk about it in closed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other comments or questions about the contract as presented? All right. Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the contract?
Motion to approve the contract.
Has been motioned. Do I have a proper second? Has been second. All in favor, state aye. All opposed? Motion carried. All right. Superintendent's report, Dr. Pratt.
Yes. So as always, we start with our mission, vision, and our core values of the district. And we also mention our core values, our core attributes that we want each of our students to graduate when they leave Hertford County Public Schools. Like to remind everybody that September is Attendance Awareness Month. We've had some great videos and great volunteers who sending out great messages to our families about being present in school each and every day. It's extremely important. With so few days, 20 days of school, 1 day or 2 days matter when a kid's on a block semester or even in a year-long course. So we encourage families, please make sure that your child is in school each and every day so that we can do what we need to do to make sure that they're going to be successful. Also, we have 2 events coming up. We have our Fall AIG Parent Night, which is Thursday, October the 2nd at AES Auditorium at 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. It will be facilitated by Ms. Scott, a new lead AIG teacher. So we're looking forward to parents coming out and participating in that meeting. We also, Mr. Cooley will be leading up a clergy meeting on That's tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow at, what is it, 5 o'clock, 5:30? 5:30 here in the meeting. So this is another opportunity where we're calling on key stakeholders within the community to provide us assistance in what we need to do with our students and families. And then we also have a play that's going on, Beetlejuice, that is happening in our district. And as you know, this is done by the Cultivator. She has put on some great plays over the last several years. And so their next production is Beetlejuice, and it will start on November the 7th at 10 a.m., November the 8th at 6, and November the 9th at 3 o'clock, all at the Hosky Elementary Auditorium. And then just some reminders of the early college high schooler calendar. October the 3rd is their end of their first grading period. October the 13th, students will have their second round of progress reports, I believe. And then October the 16th, 17th, there's no school for students. Those both days are teacher work days. Did I mess up on the date? Oh, the report card's on the 13th. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just misread that. Thank you. Report cards. All right, traditional schedule, we have progress reports that go out on October the 7th. October the 17th is no school for a teacher work day. That's also a district-wide professional learning day, I believe, as well. October the 23rd is the end of the first grading period. October the 24th is no school, it's a work day. October 31st is no school, teacher work day. And then November the 4th is report cards to students. Okay, thank you. October 21st?
31st.
31st. Okay, early release. All right, thank you. All right.
All right. Board comments, Mr. Deloach.
Thank you, sir. I have a few comments, if I may, announcements I need to make on behalf of our partners organization to our principals. Just want to remind you that first of all, the allotments for your attendance and achievement areas, programs will be issued this week. They should be coming out this week. Remember, those allotments are for you to use to encourage your students for attendance and for achievement. Also, remember that's at the end of each period. So we're trying to get that money to you before the grading period ends, so you can go ahead and plan your activities during that time. We suggested some activities for you, but those are our suggestions. You can use that money in any way you want to support your attendance and achievement. Remember this, if it's not spent by the end of the year, we ask for it back. So please try to spend that money. Second thing is, I want to remind you of teacher mini grants. We sent those out to principals around September the 5th and asked you to get those to your teachers. Not sure what happened or if the communication is broken down, but we only have 3 so far. They're due back September 30th. And if we need to extend that a week or so, we can do that. But please remind your teachers that they're due back. And the only difference between this year and last year was that we said that they could not use gift cards as rewards. And that was said last year, but some of them wanted to do that. But this year we put it on the application. So if you would please remind them that if they're interested in doing that, please try to get those in at least by October 5th, so we can go ahead and get that information out. For your information, the partners and some of us will be delivering our checks, our new teacher bonus checks and retention checks this week, hopefully. Ms. Norman is coordinating the time for that. We had 21 new teachers. We're paying them $800 each. That's $16,800 that we're paying for them. Returning teachers, we had 8 to return from last year. We're paying them $400. That's $3,200. That's a total of $20,000 we're spending in our new teachers, trying to get them here and keep them here. Student scholarships, just for your information, all of them got their money except one. I haven't heard from one. They have to show us documentation that they've been enrolled before we give them the money. Because, otherwise they get the money, they may not, I don't know, young folk might do anything. So I'm waiting on one person now. I have not got, and I've made 3 or 4 contacts already. And we're waiting on one person, but the rest of them, we spent $20,000 already on student scholarships. Just for your information, our convocation lunch and our $25 gift card to every employee, we're spending $20,000 for that. So principals, I think you have your information. Make sure all of your staff get those cards, and we'll have some follow-up with you on that later. Certainly want to thank Ms. Freeman and Ms. Merrick for their help in that and getting that done. So if you remind them mostly of the teacher mini grants, I think that's the thing we need to do now. If they're really interested, try to get us some information. We're trying to provide some money to help them. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Deloach. Mr. Shields?
I didn't want to sound like negative Nancy about the school scores, because I know how hard our teachers work. I really do. I have been, I was married to an educator, still married to the same educator, but she was an educator in Hertford County Public Schools for 40 years, so I understand how hard it is and how thankless it is, and how, and I don't think they'll ever change the 80-20 split of the way we're graded or whatever, and I think that's wrong, because I think, like I've heard I think all our board members say, that growth is really, really important. But I agree with Wendell Hall. We have got to change what we're doing to make a difference. We've got to be willing to step out of the box, or jump out of the regular box into another box. And guess what? If the new box doesn't work, we're no worse off than we were, but we tried something new. And so our staff has to understand it's okay. But our students deserve better, and we can do better. Our students are no different in this county than they are in most rural counties in North Carolina. And so I know we can do it as well. I've got probably 15 students that work for me in my restaurant, and they're bright children. They are really bright children, and they're going to be something one day, whether it's here or in Bertie County. I mean, of my store in Bertie, those kids are great, absolutely great, and we've helped make them great. But we've got to figure out a new box so we can get our students. So, you know, and you can't say they can't do it. I had 2 kids graduate from Hertford County Public Schools, and one has a PhD and one's got about 3 master's degrees. So it's not like they can't do. It's not like our students can't do. They can do. Some of it is our expectations need to be moved up, and we've got to believe that these students can do. Even those ones that drive you crazy, you got to believe in them, and they'll do. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shields. Ms. Porter?
I agree with what has been said, but Mr. Shields, I agree with you and that we need to do certain things, but my thing is now that we know we've got $100,000, I saw some head shaking out there where they need to. So when we go in closed session, we do know we have money. And we have asked if we can help, so we can get started tonight.
Right.
Even if it's a little way, we can help. Correct. Thank you, Dr. Brett. Also, we have lost a fellow student, a young man, I think it's in his 30s yesterday. And to that family, Winborn, Ely, and Key family, would like to extend our prayers and our thoughts to them tonight. And let them know that our thoughts and prayers are with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Porter. Vice Chair Hall?
The only thing I want to say quickly, thank you, Mr. Chairman, is congratulations to our Hertford County High School Bears and their victory this past Friday night.
Oh, yeah, forget it. Let's give them a
Well,
hand.
hey, I can play it, don't man. Kudos to them on the well played game for what I saw on the TV. And believe me, there are people outside this state who regularly tune in to that, I don't know what that NF, whatever it is, channel to watch, quote unquote, what them Bears doing tonight, they playing. I just found out we got an off night, this Friday night. But I do congratulate the Bears on the hard fought, well played game. And by the way, I need to say this quickly. We, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, are experiencing an increase in the attitude of student athletes. Cursing referees, pushing referees, bad conduct on the field. And it's already, that's come a problem. I don't think it happened here. One child even slapped the referee. I don't know if it was in North Carolina or South Carolina, but it's all over. All of a sudden, our student athletes are acting inappropriately. Some of it goes back to what they see on TV on Sundays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we just need to put a stamp to it, a stop to it. And if it occurs, ain't but one place for you now. And then take that bad uniform off. You can't wear that.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
That's right.
And I don't think it should be anything else.
That's exactly right.
If it happens, if they know that, and by the way, we're having a difficult time in getting referees. To even call games. Who knows what's gonna happen during basketball season?
That was on a special. on TV.
Yeah, yeah. So that is a part of our curriculum too, high school athletics. And, I just want to bring that up. I haven't seen our kids involved in anything like that to my knowledge, but it is on uptick.
Yep.
Yes, yes, even to the fact of, coaches can't even shake hands with coaches. You heard about that? One of our ex-coaches, there's another place now, on, Captain, right on TV, I'm talking about on TV. Even coaches, head coaches, not being able to shake hands and after a hard fought game. It just is the wrong example to students on how you shake hands and, you know, the game is over, well fought. Okay, well fought not in a fighting now, but on the field. Anyway, let's just go all we can at it. And by the way, it's happening at middle school levels too. And you know the powder puff is coming.
Yes.
Powder puff is coming. You don't know what powder puff is, you will know. And you know them ladies don't play when it comes to. Who knows? But there's a league up in Houston there. So it's a league there. So, let's get our middle school, our high school girls, should they want to participate in the power, I call it power, they call it something.
Flag.
What's it called?
Flag football, right.
That's a simple thing, I should know that. Flag. And by the way, I do know this one, my granddaughter, when they snatch the flag off, it's like making a tackle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They know that.
Yeah, they know that.
But anyway, thank you, Mr. Chairman, I just had to say that. And kudos again to Hertford County High School Bayer for well fought game.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Ms. Porter, believe it or not, you confirmed what I need to say in my short remarks tonight from what you said. So here we are, people. We have heard the reality where we are as a school district. Important thing from here is we take accountability where we are and we continue to move forward like we've been doing. Brian was a band student when I was working with the high school band, and certainly, yes, our condolences are extended to his family at this time. One of the last things Brian posted on his social media, and I'll say this, and I'll say this is where we need to do as a district moving forward, and it's very simple. Brian wrote on Facebook, he said, "God, I trust you no matter what the situation may look like." And those are my comments tonight. We know where we are. We have the reality where we are as a school district. But no matter what it looks like, we know whom our trust is in. And for that, I say continue to do the great work that you've been doing. We are appreciative of what you're doing. We know it's a hard lift. We understand it. We know. We're appreciative of it. And guess what? The only way forward is up from here. Okay? So our next meeting is scheduled for October 27th, beginning at 5:30 p.m. If there's no more comments or questions at this time, I entertain a motion for the board to go into closed session. Has been moved. Do I have a proper second?
Second.
Has been second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're in closed session. You just extended our meeting.
Oh, it is. 7:20.
Mr. Grimes.
Thanks for that 100.
Please
We'll come back to you, Dave.
You said, yeah. Okay. Tell them, bring that out. You got no office.